game, yes.
Yeah, smack him in the early game, win with the composition early game, get the Irithel up in there, Kimi snowballs again. It is looking like a damage dealing. Oh, CC, a damage dealing XP.
Oh.
How CC beats X4 too, right?
I actually haven't tried it out, but I think it's more of a skill matchup than you think.
Okay.
I don't think there's a massive advantage
G.
in one of them.
Remnants of a similar shade, but there have been adjustments. Ladies and gentlemen, from the drafts from game number 1, we're gonna see exactly how this all unravels as we throw it over to Sheffin, Sheffin, Realize,
Hello.
as well as Gani. Take it away.
Thank you, panelists. And yeah, I am Cheffin. I have always been Cheffin. I'm not Realize.
We're both Cheffin.
We are both
point.
Cheffin.
Right?
Cheffney and Chefflies.
There
Yeah.
you go.
If that goes, if that works. But what will work? Will it be Geek's draft or ONIC's draft? Because now ONIC has the upper hand in game number 1. Game number 2, in Land of Dawn we go. It is still Geek Fam against ONIC.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, ONIC, if they secure a game here, they will secure match point and will be a step closer to securing MSC.
And here we go, right? ONIC, obviously, with that pick. It was almost reminiscent of game number 1. The pick order, they bought Kimi Baxia, wait!
It's similar, right? But this time they are able to punish both of the mid and roams. Great adjustments from ONIC.
What happened there? You blink and you miss it, ONIC, pick up 2 kills. And those are towards Sans and Keyboy. Beloyski might be in trouble again.
Still has a flicker though. Let's see, that's a great isolation, but no real follow-up. Kyrie already invading the jungles, so that's still a win for ONIC.
Look at Keyboy. He's a very brave warrior. Just going at Beloyski and Kinziski, right? Again, so much pressure with the Badang and the Baxia. Plus this time, they pick up the CC to face off against the X-Borg. So take a look at the emblems presented to you by IndieHome, by Telkomsel. Obviously, with the QC on the Badang, I think it wants to be closer to its target. The Earthal as well, really benefits from the QC. Now Shield Unity and Beloyski again next, and he will flicker.
Yeah, forced to use the flicker, and that's already a spell burnt before the first turtle fight. And let's see here, Kyrie level 4, Meek is also level 4, but EXP, I'm sure Kyrie has an edge. Bottom side, both teams rotating towards the EXP to fight for the first neutral objective.
Picked up a important point there from Cheffin back in stage. Hold on a minute, Severo.
Oh, there is a slight miscommunication there perhaps, but Severo very low, but he is still in the Land of Dawn.
Yeah. I mean, they stated that this Fredrin could have been flexed, but the X-Borg is no way going to really be flexed, right? They picked this up safely for Geek Fam to play. Traction pulse by Sans again, just biting off a boy. And ONIC just exerting the pressure time and time again. Beloyski and Kinziski, no less, not given the freedom to just farm up a bunch. Makits goes for the taunt.
That's a vengeance. Kyrie looking for a stun on towards Makits. The damage now will come through. Kyrie secures a kill. Beloyski stuck isolated.
In the rocks he goes and he evaporates as ONIC pick up 2 more. It's a double and double. Kinziski blazing duet.
On towards Severo, giving pressure, but also for the farm.
Oh.
Almost there. That hit almost punishes Kinziski. Great recovery though. That's going to be both marksmen just recalling.
They were looking for the punish, right?
Oh.
And that was a good point as well by Mirko in the panel. The Earthal is a much better version of the 1-1. It has the movement speed and maybe bar the Purify in the 1-1, right? But I think the Earthal just is so much burstier in the early game with the heavy crossbow. You have you have a lot of mobility to work with, especially when Geek Fam want to come running at you. The heavy crossbow will save the Earthal. And they were forcing Geek Fam to play an unfavorable matchup against the Earthal, either the 1-1 or the Granger, right?
Yeah.
That's why, at the end of the day, they picked up the Claude, which I think early on can be heavily punished because I think it needs 2 or 3 items to be online.
Yeah, 3.
But Beloyski,
Oh, they're trying to gang Ludwig. Vengeance terrified everything on the board.
Oh!
But that's a response by ONIC.
the backup is here. Last Insanity will not take down Lutpi, but Dobbs will keep on running.
That's gonna be 1 for 1. And under the turret, That will be a double.
Whoa.
Oh, Severo. Kenziski going at it. 1 HP for Severo.
Oof.
Kenziski wins the trade. Baloyski will secure the extra 200 gold there. ONIC, they need to slow down their tempo.
You can run, but you can't hide. And Kenziski just defying the odds. We talked about the Irithel being able to bully the Claude out of its misery up top, right? And we talked about Kenziski being one of the weaker laners compared to Severo. In the team fights, there he pops up, right? And with the Claude, I think he will be able to even exert more pressure because the Claude, as a team fighting hero, is one of the best we can have. The Blazing Duet is set up for him, but Traction Pulse.
Uh-oh, it was almost an opening there. Purple buff stolen, level 9 Kyrie, level 7 May Kids. That's not a good sign here for Geek fam.
Item check, Molten Core still held on by Kyrie. The Blade Armor, so he wants that damage reflection, right? And the Irithel has completed its past clause. I think, you know, the Irithel also wants sustainability in the lane and in team fights because you have that lifesteal. But for Geek fam, it's all about just beating up that item for the Claude. Corrosion Sight ready, so at least for now, he's able to jump in towards, you know, little skirmishes. Plus, he has the shortcut, Traction Pulse. Baloyski.
Great info. And there, Baloyski thought that he was safe, but no, great punishment as well. That's ONIC just moving more towards the mid lane. That's a flank by Keyboy. Force a boy to use that flicker. Makekids wasn't able to save him. That's going to be mid turret taken down as well.
The boy had to run back there, but he can't run from the punches. Keyboy yet again. And Sky Piercer completed for Sans. Kenziski, can you run from Kyrie?
Should have the BMI. Waiting for the right time, but no, there you go. Perhaps that might be enough to make him get away. That's gonna be Lupi actually finding the kill. Sans will be the trade. That's a shutdown. And Geek fam, actually this time, they're in favor.
Looking for the fist crack. Baloyski so low and he's gone. But Geek are back on the pounce.
Last Insanity will secure that kill. Lupi, trying to buy time. Kyrie will also provide the damage there. 3v2. Princess Wrath will find a kill on towards a boy. ONIC, they are down in numbers, but they will and should win this one.
Lupi still dancing with his yo-yos. So low.
That's the shutdown. That's going to be Geek fam able to find the right spacing and punish ONIC. Gold lead, still very small.
That fight was so long. I mean, it was the moment where Sans died, and the fight continued even after he respawned from the base into the lane. So as of now, it's all about ONIC focusing on the turtle, and I think Geek fam was able to at least hold on to the pressure that ONIC was able to bring.
Seems like tempo will go down. Remember though, neutral objective is up. Let's take a look at the levels. Actually, Naked's he has equalized level-wise.
Yeah, turtle now. Gonna be taken down by ONIC, and that's free real estate for them. And up top, it's Baloyski. You know, thinking about the recall, but if ONIC walk into this, there might be a shortcut flank angle. And Baloyski is thinking about it. Severo might get caught in the clutches, but ONIC, at least they have 3 members to back Severo up. And Sans will check it. Baloyski gets found. Shortcut!
What a read by Sans! That's gonna be Kyrie already body blocking, taunted. That's gonna be Keyboy also in the mix. Dobbs now targeted. No Viraga armor and Makekids will be stuck. He goes down.
Makekids no longer smiling. It's ONIC back. They turn. Geek fam trembling in fear.
That's gonna be ONIC again! Finding the right openings. And that will be 4 members of Geek taken down.
Triple kill for Sans. 717. Call him when you need him. It's Sans. Again with the Kimmy with so much impact. It was picked off in that earlier skirmish in the Turtle Pit, but now he's back. The Sky Piercer stacks will also accrue for him. Take a look at the replay here, presented by the official from a smartphone, Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. It was initially that flank angle from Baloyski. He was chancing it. He was thinking of recalling, but he's stuck there. And at the end of the day, it was ONIC also able to hitchhike a ride into this fight. And they pushed up top, they won the fight, they had the bigger numbers, they had the better items as well. They are more powerful at the stage of the game with the Kimmy as well, completing 3 items. Severo on cue towards the third. I think he's gonna go for the that GDS, possibly, to add that crit damage. But as of now, it's ONIC dictating the tempo. They have 3.4k gold lead in their pockets.
Yeah, now it's very similar to game one, right, where they have a comfortable lead going to the mid game. And let's see here what Geek Fam will do this time. Will it be a similar outcome from game one or perhaps a different one?
Well, I mean, this is deja vu of game number one, right? Geek Fam, they were behind such a marginal kill lead. ONIC 16-5 now, split by 11. So ONIC, it's their time to shine now. Make it stuck in a rock and a hard place. Lutpi might be the one to bite the bullet. The Lord is reset, not yet, just juggled.
Uh-oh, that's gonna be Make It. No jungler for Geek Fam. That's Insanity. We'll find Sans, but Gub's gonna be traded back. That's gonna be Keyboy Torina also just showing up in the front lines. 2 for 1, no Sans, but let's see here. ONIC should focus on the Lord.
They're still wanting to go at the players of Geek Fam. Lutpi, look at the damage. The CC is so obnoxious to deal with. So much damage constantly as well. The DPS from the CC will be problematic. Beloyski looking for the flank. Kenziski up top.
Oh, that's gonna be shortcut. Lord though will be secured by Kai.
No.
That's gonna be Kenziski taken down with the vengeance by Lutpi, and that is still a favorable trade for ONIC.
Wow. I think it'll be, I don't know. I want to hypothesize that maybe it would have been better for Kenziski to stick and push that lane up top, because then, even if they lost that trade, they got a turret maybe, and even possibly two, because ONIC, they were full focus on just providing backup for that skirmish that happened, the Beloyski crash course, and Kenziski, he chose to join the fight. Maybe if he would, pushing that would have sounded better, it would have looked better. Concentrated energy for Sans, adding insult to injury, as ONIC, they build up this wave, the tri-push coming in. The Lord up top, they secure the second tier turret. It's up to Geek Fam again, back to basics, back to having to prove that they can geek their way out of this. The Lord might just barge in, but I think for now they have the capabilities to stop the push.
With the Holy Shield as well, right? I think it will help Geek.
Yeah.
As long as they are just tight in formation. Kyrie looking for an opening, just teasing. Mid lane, Holy Shield triggered. And that's gonna be ONIC now, continuing on the C top lane.
The Holy Defense helps. That's Insanity from Gubs to only clear the way. Beloyski!
Oh, looking for the flank! That's gonna be a 3-man stun, so Vero very low, still able to sprint away. That's gonna be Lutpi now, taking damage. Keyboy comes in! Finds an angle on towards the boy, and he will fall. Beloyski flickers out of danger there, and ONIC, they will continue on.
They keep the pressure going. The stoves are on. Geek Fam on the precipice of losing game number 2.
Let's say mid base turret down and out. Top lane will be next. Geek Fam, they are 4 men defending this one, waiting for a boy 10 seconds. Bottom side should be taken down as well.
Boy goes in. No, fist crack, and he dies. ONIC, they have to run for the hills now, it seems like.
It's 5v4 technically. Now Severa very low. Gobs flickers out. Lutpi showing up for Beloy. My goodness, Kai trying to buy time perhaps, but perhaps that might be a slight mistake there. And as he goes down, Geek Fam, great defense, though they lose all 3 turrets.
Kenziski is starting to hurt for ONIC. But again, take a look at the scoreline. 22-9. This is, again, a test of might for Geek Fam. Whether or not they have the hold, whether or not they have the capabilities to, again, turn the game around. We have seen them be able to do that time and time again. But as of now, it's ONIC having full control of this game. They grasp it with 5 fingertips, both hands. And the Lord spawning. This time they have Prio. And look at Kenziski down bottom, right? He's just going to clear the way, push it further, even. Beloyski again, that flank angle has always been his bread and butter. ONIC, do they realize Beloyski is there?
Yeah, he shows though, so that's ONIC now looking for an engage. Good stun, make it stun, isolated, no cover! No jungler again for Geek Fam. ONIC now, they can pull back, but what's the call here? Seems like they will focus down the Lord.
The Lord again is their toy. This is all theirs for the taking, and even the lanes are pushing in their favor. So as of now, it's ONIC still relentless Winner Crown purchased for Litby to have that survivability as well. If push comes to shove, he gets stuck in a last insanity, that Winner Crown will come and clutch. So Geek fam, what are their win conditions right now, right? Maybe the only thing I can think of is looking for a good setup for Kenziski to explode. Because this Claude is starting to hurt. I've said that multiple times. And if they can set up a way for the Claude to enter the team fights, to jump into the backline, at least catch Sans lacking, then I think they could have a chance to turn the tide around. But as of now, it's ONIC full focusing again on the base. The Lord marching in.
This might be enough for game 2. Let's see though the defense now. Lord will be pulled there, but that's the top lane minion actually coming down. Beloski now from the flanks, so array cancellation. The damage now will come through, and he goes down.
Sans just gunning them down, and again Geek fam trembling in fear as Lance Sanity
caught him off guard, and that key will be taken down. Low immortality, but Gobs now on and on. Blazing duet by Kenziski will not be enough as Hey will fall. Severo claims the double.
Kenziski fails to deliver the win again for Geek fam. They falter one by one, and ONIC get the double. It's a 2-0 end. Geek fam tumble once more.
Ladies and gentlemen, ONIC, they are at match point. And Geek fam, they need to pull an